Hey there, and welcome to another trip report. Today I'm making my way down to Denver, Colorado on board Air Canada, having just arrived at Toronto Pearson Airport's Terminal 1 off of an Air Canada flight from Montreal. My flight from Toronto to Denver will be on board Air Canada's Airbus A220-300 in their business class cabin. Unfortunately, my flight from Montreal to Toronto was delayed almost an hour and a half, leaving me with only an hour to transfer here in Toronto. In that time, I need to transfer to the transborder gates used for US-bound flights, clear security screening, and pre-clear US customs. There's lots of helpful guidance throughout the terminal to tell you which gates to go to for domestic, international, and transborder flights, with US-bound flights departing from the F gates. From the domestic area, there's a dedicated walkway above the gates to allow travelers to pass between the different terminal sections with ease. Heading towards the F gates, it's about a 7-minute walk from the domestic area to reach the US departure security checkpoint. Security screening was quick, with only a small line and taking 6 minutes including time spent waiting. However, there was a bit of a line at US pre-clearance for travelers without Nexus or global entry, and it was moving very slowly. It took me nearly 20 minutes to get through immigration, but I'm finally in the transborder section of the terminal and ready to head to my gate. It's 1:40 p.m. now, and boarding for my flight is due to get underway at 1:30, with the gate closing at 1:50, 15 minutes before departure. On an Air Canada business class ticket, I do have access to the transborder Maple Leaf Lounge, which is open to travelers in Signature, Business, or Premium Rouge, as well as Aeroplan 35K members or higher and Star Alliance Gold members. The lounge is located right at the exit of US pre-clearance, but since I don't have much time today, I'm heading straight to the gate. My flight is departing from gate F57 today, which is only a 2-minute walk from the exit of US pre-clearance. Arriving at the gate, it appears my flight has been delayed to 2:15 p.m. and boarding hasn't started yet, so I do have a bit of extra time after all. Taking a look at the aircraft taking me to Denver today, I'll be on board this 1.5-year-old Airbus A220-300 that was delivered new to Air Canada in March 2021. As of January 2023, Air Canada was operating 33 A220s, with an additional 27 aircraft on order. This aircraft type was developed by Bombardier starting in 2008, but the program sold off to Airbus in 2018. Boarding got underway at 2 p.m., 30 minutes behind schedule, starting with Zone 1. Air Canada boards their aircraft by assigned zone number, with Zone 1 for business class and Aeroplan Super Elite members, Zone 2 for all other Aeroplan Elite status members, and Zones 3 and up for economy passengers without status. Stepping on board the aircraft and taking a right, we're now in the 3-row business class cabin, which consists of 12 seats in a 2-2 configuration. I'm booked in seat 3A for today's flight, which is a window seat in the last row of the business class cabin. The business class seats on this aircraft are large recliner chairs, which have a fabric back and leather base. My first take, very sleek looking and modern. There's a fixed partition behind my seat separating business and economy, which is curved to accommodate the recline of my seat. Stowing my rollerboard bag before sitting down, there is plenty of space in the overhead bins, and also space under the seat for my backpack, which slid under easily even with the awkward placement of the chair legs in front. The legroom in the seat is also quite good, and there's a footrest that folds down from the seat in front. Every business class seat is equipped with a large seatback entertainment screen, which is tilt adjustable to allow for a wide range of different viewing angles. Lower down on the seat back is a pocket for storing a magazine or a book, and there's another pouch further below that for storing the provided reading materials or any other items you wish to put here. Looking at what's provided, we have the safety information card for the Airbus A220 and a couple air sickness bags. The seats are very wide at 21 inches, with wide armrests on either side. The tray table for the seat is stowed in the left armrest and pops out for use at the push of a button. Each seat also has a coat hook located on the top left corner of the seat back in front. About 10 minutes after I boarded, the crew came through with water bottles for each business class passenger, as well as complimentary earbuds to use with the entertainment system. They also handed out Clean Care Plus kits, which Air Canada distributed to all passengers on all of their flights during 2020, 2021, and most of 2022, as a part of their commitment to passenger safety during the pandemic. Inside the kits, we have individual packets of hand sanitizer, disinfecting hand wipes, and a disposable face mask. The crew also handed out the menu for the service on today's flight. On this 3-hour trip, there's one full meal service shortly after takeoff, which consists of an appetizer, 2 choices of main course, and dessert. The main course options on today's flight are either ginger chicken with fried rice and vegetables or cheese tortellini with tomato sauce. The beverages available are listed on the back of the menu card and include beer, wine, and spirits, as well as juices, soft drinks, and tea and coffee.
Du réseau Star Alliance, pour votre sécurité et votre confort, veuillez ranger les articles portant une étiquette blanche sous le siège devant vous. Les autres articles prohibit passengers from assembling in any area of the cabin.
30 minutes behind schedule, the boarding door is closed and we're now pushing back from the gate.
Seatbelt and no smoking signs are located throughout the aircraft. Please comply with them at all times.
Les consignes de ceinture.
Please place baggage in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. Connect with power.
Climbing away from Pearson Airport's runway 23, the A220's super quiet Pratt & Whitney engines are shuttling us up to cruising altitude as we head southwest towards Denver. Another great feature of the A220 is the huge windows, which let in tons of natural light. I have 2 windows at my seat, each equipped with a standard pull-down window shade for blocking out light. Taking a closer look at the seatback entertainment screen, on the bottom edge of the screen there are headphone ports for connecting to the system audio, and a USB-C and USB 3.0 port for charging your devices. There are also some control buttons for volume, brightness, and powering the screen on and off, but I'm not sure what the airplane button on the right is for. Taking a look at the on-demand content, the system is loaded with movies, TV shows, music, audiobooks, and podcasts with what appears to be the same wide range of content as found on the entertainment screens in economy class. Each type of content is grouped into different sections by genre, recommendations, or other themes. In general, the screen is very quick to respond and easy to use. I love how big the screen is, and the graphics quality is incredible, with really vibrant colors. There are also games and an air health section with different articles and exercises to keep you healthy on long flights. There's a menu section which doesn't really seem to contain any useful info. You can access the weather forecast for various cities around the world, and there's a kids content section with movies, TV shows, and games targeted to kids. There's a section with different city guides to help you plan your next trip, and various information sections on Air Canada's fleet and their frequent flyer program, Aeroplan. From the top right corner of the main screen, you can access the settings menu where you can control the display brightness, system volume, and other features. On the bottom of the screen, a flight progress bar is shown where you can toggle information about your arrival or access the interactive in-flight maps. Unfortunately, the only magic that Air Canada seems to have trained these maps with is a disappearing act, as they aren't working right now. About 15 minutes after takeoff, the crew are beginning the in-flight service. Popping out the tray table, the push-button feature makes it very easy to open up, as opposed to having to awkwardly pry it out of the armrest manually. Once opened, the table can be used as either half or full size, and is mounted on rails such that you can adjust its position relative to you. The service is starting off with a drink and a packet of nuts, and I opted for a Diet Coke. Taking a look around the seat a bit more, on the overhead panel above the seat there are personal reading lights, adjustable air vents, and an attendant call button for the row. On the right armrest of the seat, we have the control buttons for the seat back recline and the integrated seat footrest. There's a deep pocket for placing a book or perhaps a laptop, and on the inside of this pocket there's an AC power outlet, another USB 3.0 port, and another headphone port for the entertainment system. 45 minutes after takeoff, late lunch is served. I opted for the ginger chicken with fried rice and mixed vegetables, and the tray was served with a mixed salad and a bread roll, along with balsamic vinaigrette, butter, and salt and pepper. And for dessert, the blueberry cheesecake that was listed on the menu has been substituted with a cappuccino cheesecake instead. The salad was fine, and the bread roll was cold and stale. The main dish wasn't great, as the chicken was very bland and chewy, but still edible. The cheesecake finished things off nicely and was very tasty. Despite the tray table seeming quite sturdy at first, the meal tray seems to be bending it out of shape. After lunch, we're now an hour into the flight with 2 hours to go. Getting up to explore the cabin a bit, taking a walk back into economy, here there are 125 standard seats in a 2-3 layout. This is easily one of Air Canada's most comfortable, bright, and modern economy cabins, and you can check out reviews of both the standard economy and preferred economy seats on Air Canada's A220 on my channel as well. Heading back up to business, there's one lavatory at the front of the aircraft that's reserved for business class passengers. Though it's fairly small, it feels modern with bright lighting and a contemporary design. There's also a changing table that folds out for use over the toilet. Back at my seat and admiring the cabin lighting, it's very subtle but adds a nice atmosphere to the cabin. Let's check out the seat recline and get comfortable. The business class seats have 6 inches of recline, which is 3 inches more than economy class. You can also see that the recline isn't impeded by the wall behind my seat. The seats are also equipped with adjustable headrests that slide up and down and have folding sides to provide extra support. Extending the seat footrest, I like the concept, but I find it crushes your feet against the seat in front, especially if you have something stowed under the seat. Pulling out my laptop, it's time to get some work done. There's plenty of space to comfortably use a laptop in this seat, with power outlets available to maintain a full charge. This aircraft is also equipped with Wi-Fi, though it is a paid service. To connect, you join the AC Wi-Fi network, and a pop-up window will prompt you to open your browser. Once in your browser, you're able to view some limited information, including the weather at your destination, the flight time remaining, and the Wi-Fi pass options available. There are 3 different passes you can purchase, starting with the Browse Pass for light browsing, email, messaging, and social media, the Stream Pass for streaming video, and the Ultimate Pass for doing everything in high speed. You can purchase passes for an hour, the full flight, or all day, and there's also the option to purchase a monthly pass. The crew came through multiple times throughout the rest of the flight to top up drinks, and before long, it was time to put away my laptop and get ready for landing.
Kindly ensure all your belongings and large electronic devices, such as laptop computers, are safely stowed under the seat in front of you. And we wish to remind you of the location of the emergency.
After a bumpy approach, we've arrived at Denver International Airport and are taxiing over to our gate on the airport's Concourse A. We pulled onto the gate only 10 minutes behind schedule, after having made up some time in the air following our 30-minute delay out of Toronto. After disembarking, I have the option of taking the pedestrian bridge or the train between the concourses to head to the exit. I don't need to clear any form of immigration here in Denver, as we did that in Toronto, so I essentially arrive as a domestic passenger. Thanks for joining me for this trip, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now for some comments on the experience overall. Air Canada's Airbus A220 is a great aircraft for hopping around North America, with a bright, modern, and comfortable cabin. The business class seats on this aircraft are spacious, with tons of different power connectivity options and a huge entertainment screen to keep you occupied. I was, however, disappointed with the meal service on this flight and would say that I've had better meals in economy class. On the whole, I left this flight feeling it was average, nothing special, but not a horrible experience. It was comfortable, but the service offering really didn't meet my expectations.